What's going on, you guys and girls? Hopefully y'all doing good. It is Sunday, right about 2 o'clock, and we're up here in Indianapolis at the Indy terminal, and waiting for a load to head back to Chicago, and kind of want to give some updates on what's been going on, what's been new, what's coming, what will be coming. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, ring that bell. Make sure to ring the bell, because if you don't, you won't know when I post up videos, and it will just be it'd be harder, you know, when you don't know I post videos up. So I talked to training department middle of the week. I think it was like Friday or Thursday, I think it was. Friday or Thursday. And talked to them about training and got all the information. Decided to go ahead and apply to be a trainer. I got approved. Safety department, logs, and I think operation 2. They all approved me to be a trainer. So I will be now training for US Express and Variant for over the road. Which I don't know if it might just be Variant, but also maybe US Express too. I'm not quite sure. I will be training males and females, because we can do both here, and that'd be nice. So if you've been following along and been in my channel for the last 2-3 years, you know I was a trainer for a little bit at night, and even though it wasn't a great experience there, doesn't mean it's going to be a bad experience here. So, you know, I figured, hey, I'll give it a try. If not, the worst case scenario, they deactivate me as a driver trainer. So, yeah, pretty much that will go as planned. I can still go out 2 weeks at a time if I want, do a 34 at the house if I decide to, or I can run 4 weeks out and take like 5 days off. So it all depends what I decide to do. But I may end up taking the 4 weeks out, because the 28th I am going to be taking 10 days off, which will be like 4-month mark. I got a 4x4 trip I'm doing for about 4 or 5 days. I think it's 3 or 4 days, and then the rest will just be hanging out, relaxing, having some time out of the truck. Because here's the thing: you want to stay long at a company, you gotta get out of the truck. You can't be in the truck all the time. You know, yeah, you can go 4, 6, 8 weeks at a time, but is it really worth it? You know, for me, I get burnt out anything after 4 weeks. And so, you know, with me being out every 2 weeks, I get that energy back. I get home, get out of the truck, I go camp, I go do all kinds of stuff, you know, and then I come back out and I'm re-energized, so I can keep being productive. And it's nice too, because over here we can get a 34. You know, my hours are running low, and you know, 34. Usually they plan me up on the weekend for a 34, which this weekend case I ran basically 7 days straight, and they are trying to get me a load back to Chicago. But usually I'll deliver a load like yesterday, and then it'll be on a 34. But if I also have the hours, I usually will run as well, so I can be more productive that's the nice thing about being over here. You need a 34, you get a 34. You know, you need the rest of the day off, plan you up tomorrow, you can have that. So it's very nice. It's not like when I was at night where it was a struggle to get a 34. And it was always a hassle because of whatever the case was. It was just a hassle to get a 34. And that would be like 2 weeks out. It'll be like, oh no, you still got hours to run. Keep on running. So, but don't get me wrong. There were days like this week where I felt good. I wanted to keep on running. And I made like 2,700 miles this week for next week's paycheck. So it is definitely nice because, you know, you want to be running, you want at least, you know, 2,200, 2,500 miles a week. The way I do it, I average, I say 8,000 miles and up for the month. I'm good on that. I am happy. Because you might get a week that's 1,800 miles. The week after that, you might get a 2,600 mile trip. So reality, it's going to, honestly, it's gonna equal out to where you're averaging 9,000 miles a month. 8,500 miles to like 9,000 or 10,000 miles a month. You know, I think my first month out in June, in May was like 7,800 miles. 7,800 miles in May and June, and then July of this month, you know, I'm probably going to be like, last month of June was 8,300 miles, I think. And now we're in June. So, July. We're in the middle of July, and I'm sitting at like 5,000 miles, which is the 16th. So, you know, it's how you run, it's how you're productive, it's how you set your hours to be available for your next load. You know, if I have 4 or 5 hours left on my clock, usually I will try to go get a load the day of. I won't wait until the next day to get me a load unless for some reason I'm like, hey, I'm super tired, plan me up for the next day, and I plan myself up for the next day. So, you know, you're definitely kind of like your own boss out here. You know, dispatch may call you up once a day to check up on you. That's about it. But other than that, you get a load, you go do it, and that's really it. You figure out where you're going, to your fuel stop, to your delivery, you drive. You don't really hear from anyone. So that is definitely kind of nice to have that as well. But yeah, like I said, I will definitely be home Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'll probably be in Chicago tomorrow or Wednesday, and then I'll have an extra couple days off, or I may end up, if they have anything local, I may do something local, just to keep running, making a little bit of money, and then, like I said, do the training, go home, do some camping, and get back out for the 4 weeks out. So, yeah, that's really about it. It's been a long day, been up since about 4 or 5 o'clock, and I figured I'd make a video and go from there. So, it's about 90 degrees out right now. We can idle a truck. We can idle up to 100 degrees. So anything over 100 degrees, you can idle. Now you're saying, oh, well, that's too hot not to be able to idle. The APU in the back, I am like, by the time I wake up in the morning, I am colder than hell. And I gotta adjust my temperature. Other than that, it keeps me cold throughout the whole night. And I keep the curtains in the front of the windshield closed, and depending on how hot it is, I'll keep this center curtain closed, which will keep the cold air conditioning, the cold AC in the truck, in the back of the sleeper, and I stay nice and cold. And with the truck having auto start, you know, it starts the truck up whenever needed. So can't complain right there. If you have any questions about the company, you know, anything like that, or even trucking for that matter, leave a comment down below.